The Germans brutally exterminated the ordinary civilians in the occupied territories. The Nazis staged intimidation actions to make people obey them. Among the many dead was a little boy Musya, who was not afraid of the Nazis, and in his last moments before death showed that he was not afraid of the occupiers. The Pinkenson family. In 1930 a boy was born in the city of Balti. He was named Abram. He was born into a family of hereditary Jewish doctors. For several generations they treated people, and everyone in town respected and loved them. His mother simply called her child Musy, and then everyone began to call him that. Since childhood, the boy was fond of playing the violin. He never parted with his instrument. Everyone in Balti knew Musya. He played fantastically. A great future awaited him. Even the newspapers wrote about the young talent. They called him a prodigy. His father was always ready to help people, said a Balti resident. In 1940 the city became part of the USSR, and before that it was under Romanian control. But almost nothing changed in the life of the Pinkensons. The young man played his favorite instrument and enrolled in the pioneers. But in 1941, the war came. When hostilities began, Vladimir Pinkenson and his family decided to leave their native Balti and signed up to move to another city. Doctors were needed at the time, so they were quickly put on the train out of line. While his parents were packing, Musya quickly grabbed his most precious possession, his violin. The boy and his parents went off to look for happiness elsewhere. Heroic death. The Pinkenson family was evacuated to the rear in time. It was a long road. They traveled for 3 weeks. The father of the boy worked round the clock in a hospital and treated wounded Soviet soldiers in U.S. Chelyabinsk. The boy often came to the hospital and played for the Red Army soldiers there. The family hoped that things would get better, but the Germans were approaching too fast. In the rush the hospital did not have time to evacuate. The Nazis quickly identified all the Jews, the terror of the civilian population. They decided to start with them. The Nazis wanted to show everyone what would happen if the residents of the city did not obey. They herded everyone to the Kuban River, and they put the Jews by the precipice. The Nazis were about to shoot the doctor's family and other Jews. Suddenly we heard music. The 11-year-old Musya understood that a terrible thing was about to happen, so he took with him his most precious possession, the violin. He took it out and started to play Internationale. We heard a shotgun blast, and the music stopped, a witness recalled. The locals told that story to each other. After the liberation, they told all the Soviet soldiers how the little boy played the proletariat anthem before he died. The story reached the country's leadership, and the little boy's heroic deed was written about in Pravda. Even in the West people talked about the boy and admired Musya's brave deed. After the war, a monument was erected on the bank of the river, which symbolized the bravery of people in the USSR.